Breaking news! Prepare your heart, my fellow Ravens fan. The Chiefs defeated the Texans in the semifinal game, and now we need to beat the Bills to go after the long-awaited Super Bowl. Man, I know it's hard, but I really believe. I believe we'll beat the Bills, and we'll beat the Chiefs in the final. It's now or never. If you believe that too, hit that like button hard. If possible, write something like this: Go Ravens! We're going to the Super Bowl. As you may have seen, yesterday Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce steamrolled the Texans, securing a crucial win to continue their playoff push. But before we even start thinking about Mahomes and the Chiefs, the Ravens have a formidable challenge ahead of them, the Buffalo Bills. Things are going to heat up tonight in this playoff classic. The stakes couldn't be higher. The Bills come into this game hungry for redemption after their previous loss to the Ravens this season. With their star players returning from injuries, Buffalo will field a stronger and more determined team. Ravens fans, let's not forget that the Bills are a dangerous team with one of the most physically gifted quarterbacks in the league in Josh Allen, who can turn games upside down with his arms and legs. For the Ravens, the focus this week has been on resilience and preparation. Questions remain about Zay Flowers, who suffered a knee injury in the regular season finale against the Browns and missed the Steelers game last week. Head coach John Harbaugh kept everyone guessing as the Ravens released footage of Flowers working out before practice, but did not confirm his status. While fans remained hopeful, Harbaugh emphasized the next man up mentality. If Flowers is unable to go, it will be up to Lamar Jackson to spread the ball effectively, leaning on targets like Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, and Derrick Henry's dominant run game. Speaking of Henry, his acquisition during the offseason is paying dividends. The Ravens' strategy of running the ball with Henry has revitalized the offense, forcing defenses to stack the box, which creates opportunities for Lamar Jackson to exploit mismatches downfield. Against the Steelers, Baltimore leaned on Henry to slow down the clock and control the pace of the game. That same formula will likely be critical against Buffalo. If Henry can get rolling early, it opens up the play-action game, allowing Lamar to find his rhythm both through the air and on the ground. Defensively, Baltimore will have its hands full containing Allen and his array of weapons, including Stephon Diggs and James Cook. Brandon Stevens, the Ravens' most scrutinized cornerback this season, will be under the microscope as he faces Buffalo's top receivers. Ravens fans have expressed concerns about Stevens' consistency, but this could be a redemption game for him. Baltimore's secondary must remain disciplined, especially if the Bills try to test them deep. Strong pass pressure will be key, as pressuring Allen and forcing mistakes can be the difference maker. Of course, let's not ignore the weather factor. With snow expected in Buffalo, the game could come down to ball security and physicality. The Ravens' offensive line will need to protect Lamar while opening up lanes for Henry. Meanwhile, Baltimore's defense must contend effectively, as the frigid conditions make it even more critical to get involved and prevent big plays. The narrative surrounding this playoff race is one of unfinished business for the Ravens. After losing to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship last year, this team is focused on getting back on the big stage. Lamar Jackson, now in his 7th season, is playing some of the best football of his career, leading the league in touchdowns and efficiency. A win over the Bills would be another step towards silencing the critics and proving that this team is built to win it all. So, Ravens fans, here's the big question. What do you think will be the key to victory on Sunday night? Is it Derrick Henry hitting the rock, Lamar carving up the Bills' secondary, or will it be a defensive masterpiece led by the likes of Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, this isn't just about beating the Bills, it's about setting the tone for what's next, the Chiefs. The road to the Super Bowl isn't easy, but that's what makes it all the more special. Let's get to it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Beating the Bills will be no small feat. Buffalo has everything to gain and nothing to lose in this matchup. Coming into this game, they are driven by the narrative that they are underdogs, even at home. They remember how Baltimore controlled the game earlier this season and will look to prove that the outcome was a fluke. Josh Allen, with his powerful arm and aggressive style of play, thrives in high-pressure situations. The Ravens' defense should be ready for his mobility and improvisation, which often turns broken plays into big gains. And don't forget, Allen loves to test defenses deep. Players like Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, and Geno Stone will need to keep everything in front of them to limit those chump plays. For the Ravens, it's all about execution and staying calm in the chaos. The team cannot afford the types of penalties and miscues that nearly derailed their win over the Steelers. Remember the frustrating moments this season when holding calls, false starts, or bad snaps stalled promising drives? Those mistakes can't happen now. Buffalo is a team that could punish you for even the smallest misstep, so discipline will be non-negotiable. Offensively, this is another opportunity for Lamar Jackson to solidify his legacy. He's already made history this year, shattering records and rewriting the playbook on what an MVP quarterback looks like. But this is where the critics love to resurface. The playoffs. The narrative has been the same for years, that Lamar struggles in big games, that he can't win when it matters most. It's an unfair label, especially when you consider how circumstances beyond his control have shaped previous postseason losses. But now, with a more complete roster and weapons at every level, Lamar has a chance to not just win, but dominate. A victory over the Bills will not only punch Baltimore's ticket to the AFC Championship, it will add yet another chapter to Lamar's incredible story. Let's also talk about the trenches, where this game could ultimately be won or lost. Baltimore's offensive line has been one of the unsung heroes of this season, giving Lamar the protection he needs while paving the way for Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell in the ground game. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley is playing at an all-pro level, and rookie Malasala Amavelaulu has come into his own as a versatile interior lineman. Against the Bills front led by Ed Oliver and Gregory Rousseau, the Ravens O-line will need to be at its best. Controlling the line of scrimmage will not only keep Lamar upright, but also allow Baltimore to establish their identity as a physical, run-first offense. On the defensive side, Roquan Smith will be the tone-setter as always. The all-pro linebacker has been the heart and soul of this defense, and his ability to diagnose plays and shut down runs will be critical against James Cook and the Bills' rushing attack. Meanwhile, Justin Matabike and Michael Pierce will look to create interior pressure, disrupting Allen's timing and forcing him into tough throws. The edge rushers, Odefoa and Jadeveon Clowney, will have their hands full keeping Allen contained. Remember, one of Allen's greatest strengths is his ability to escape the pocket and extend plays. If Baltimore can keep him boxed in and force him to operate from a collapsing pocket, they'll be in great shape. Special teams could also play a huge role in this game. Justin Tucker is the most reliable kicker in NFL history, but in snowy conditions, every kick becomes a question mark. On the other side, Buffalo's Tyler Bass has proven capable in high-pressure moments. Field position battles will be crucial, and the Ravens can't afford any mishaps in the return game. With the weather expected to be a factor, the team that avoids mistakes and capitalizes on opportunities will have the edge. Ravens fans, we've been here before. The bright lights of the playoffs, the doubters saying this team can't get it done, the pressure to prove the critics wrong. But this time feels different, doesn't it? This team is built for this moment. Lamar is playing the best football of his career, the defense is firing on all cylinders, and the offense finally has the balance and explosiveness to keep opponents guessing. So now I ask you, what are your bold predictions for Sunday night? Will it be Derrick Henry rushing for over 150 yards in the snow? Lamar putting on an MVP clinic with 4 total touchdowns? Or maybe Roquan Smith leading the defense to a dominating performance with multiple takeaways? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, this isn't just a game, it's a statement. The Ravens have a chance to show the football world that they're not just contenders, they're the team to beat. Let's go, Baltimore!